Good morning, good Sunday morning. It is February 26, 2023, in Drive and Talk. And you might notice I have different glasses. Well, you may not notice, it's a pretty subtle difference. But I went to Algodones again yesterday and went and got a second pair of glasses. This time I made a little adjustment, made the magnification for reading a little bit higher, and it's made a big difference for that real fine print stuff. So and I also added the extras. It's prescription lenses, progressive lenses for reading, and then I added on scratch resistance and anti-glare. And still they charged me $90. And they were done in an hour and a half. They were done. And I like these frames. I like the way I'm seeing. Maybe time for a little update on the floater. And I talked to them about my floater, and they said you don't have any kind of serious eye injury, and you're fine. This is a natural part of getting older. And the floater's still there, but it's fainter. It's less noticeable, and I don't know whether it is a artifact of it dissolving, or, as I mentioned before, the brain tends to reprogram itself to sort of filter obstacles like that out. So I don't know which one is happening, but I'm pretty happy that I'm getting more and more comfortable with it. Let's say that. And I am headed into town with Dottie, and we're going to do laundry. And there was something I needed to get. This is TMI, but I need to buy some deodorant. That's not TMI. That's not too much. Too much. But that's the only thing I need in town. And so Dottie and I will, after we do the laundry, we will probably head to the dog park and see what trouble Dottie can get in the dog park. What do you think, Dottie? You want to go to the dog park? If you could see her, if I turned the camera, you would see Dottie has her head turned away from me, just looking out the window, and is pretty much ignoring me. I was without Dottie all day yesterday because I was in Algodones, and she was happy to see me when I came back home. But she got tons of attention in camp from Daryl and Tim. I bought some Z-Packs for Daryl and some more of this. I can't remember whether I mentioned this stuff, but it's I'll put a picture of it up here in the corner for you. It is it's the drug here in the U.S. is called Toradol, and it's a non-addictive, very effective pain medication. And it's available in Mexico. It's totally legal to bring across the border. You would need a prescription here, but you don't in Mexico. And it's sublingual, meaning it's a small pill that you put under your tongue and you let it dissolve in your mouth. You don't swallow it. And why? So why? Why sublingual? Well, other than the fastest route for a drug to get in your body is intravenous IV, where it goes directly into a vein. And that's when you have like an IV and they put drugs into you that way. The second fastest is going to be IM, where it injects a needle into your muscle. And then the third fastest would be sublingual, and then maybe intranasal, where there's a spray that goes into your mucous membranes, and then lastly oral. So, sublingual, pretty fast acting. So a sleeve of these pills, these little tiny pills, there's 6 in a sleeve, and it gives pretty good relief for pain for about 4 hours, one of those pills. And a sleeve are you ready for how much you need to spend for a sleeve of these 6 pills? $2. I think it's $2.19. So you can afford to buy lots, which I did. I bought lots of that. And like I said, I'll show a picture of that up there. And it's very, very good pain relief. I recommend it highly. You do have to be careful in Mexico what drugs you buy there, because they will sell you anything. They'll sell you narcotics, and they're not legal to take across the border. And I guess some people do it anyway, and they don't declare it. But boy, I don't want to be a person that gets caught doing that. I imagine that I'm going to doubt you do jail time, but I bet there's a very, very hefty fine, and you will be at the border for probably, I'm going to guess, a very, very long time. So my advice is don't do it. It's not worth it. So here we are in Quartzsite, and I'm about to go to the Main Street Laundry. That's my go-to laundry place. There are other smaller ones, but I just like this one. Now, they also have $10 showers there that I use occasionally. The Arco, though, down this way, if you keep going down towards the other exit, people have been raving about those showers, and I think I want to check them out. The only gripe I have about the Main Street laundry showers is the water pressure is not that great. It's just not that good. And remember they have towels and everything, but bring your own soap. They give you one of those little motel soaps that are about yay big. That's pretty tough to work with. Bring your own soap. Boy, that's a big fifth wheel in front of us with the triple axles. You know, there's a lot of weight on a trailer when it's got triple axles. I think that it looks like maybe that's a toy hauler. And I'll look at it from the back, not totally sure. But it's a big one. And here is Main Street Laundry, right across from Roadrunner. Easy to miss. Until you get used to it, it's easy to miss this entrance. You come in here. Sometimes it's hard to find a parking space. Other times, like today, it's easy peasy. See, right out by the front door, I'm going to park right here. It says no RV parking, but guess what? I'm not an RV. The other thing, pets are not allowed in here. They do have a pet run out there that you can use, or you can roll down your windows a little bit and leave your pet in the car, like I'm going to leave Dottie in here for a little while. Okay, Dottie? I won't be long. I'll be back. Okay, I am back. My wash will be done at 12:50 p.m. And I'm going to run and get some water. And get some water, and I'm going to go to the dollar store and get me some deodorant. And let's take bets on if I come out of the dollar store with more than deodorant. Will I be able to be disciplined and just buy deodorant? You know, I still am struggling with wasting money on food. And I've really got to start taking this more seriously. Just the other day, I was in my fridge and I had to throw away a package of ham I bought, packaged fresh ham that I bought at Roadrunner. It had been in my refrigerator so long, there were green mold spots on it. I had to throw it away. And the price on it was $9.97. That's just like taking a $10 bill and just taking a Bic lighter and burning it up. And I am continually throwing out bread. And my friend Jim yesterday, who went with me to Mexico, got a really good idea. He said, well, you know, they don't sell half loaves of bread, they usually don't. So what you do, Rob, is give away bread to your neighbors so it doesn't go to waste. And I'm like, why didn't I think of that? I'm surrounded by neighbors. When I buy bread, I should share it. And I don't mind not being able to use a full loaf of bread if I know the other half is going to use. I'm happy to pay for it. But it's when the food is going in the garbage, like it has been. The other thing that I've been trying to do is buy more things or freezing more things. I know it's a pain in the neck, especially when you're off grid, to have to use the microwave or have to wait a pretty long time for things to thaw out. But boy, it doesn't make any sense to be wasting food like that. I've really got to get some discipline around that. So I've been saying over and over again that my camp hosting thing is not going to start at the earliest July. It was going to be May. Now it's July. That's a big difference. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but things are starting to firm up a little bit. I believe I'm going to be departing Quartzsite on or about April 1st. Unless for some reason in April if it gets unbearably hot. But it's been cooler than usual all winter, so I imagine April might be cool. We will see. But it looks like, I meant to say March. I'm going to leave April 1st, so we're hoping that March is cooler than usual. Last year, I left, I think, about the 15th of March, and there were days where it got pretty hot. We'll see what it's like this year. Where am I going? I don't know yet. Definitely the number one contender is a couple of weeks to a month in Pahrump. Since that's my residence, it's probably not an awful idea to show up there every year, so I think I will do that. And what else? I don't know what else. Whatever, like I said, whatever comes up, I'm going to be, I'm excited that I don't know. It could be anything, anywhere. I'm leaving it open to the universe. And I'm not disappointed that Yosemite's not going to be May, because it was going to be May, like the middle of May until maybe the middle of September. And based on my camp hosting gig in Idaho last year, it was about that, and that was a long time. By the time that was over, I was ready to move on. I was ready to leave. So this is going to be July, August, September, not even 3 months. I think that may be more tolerable. Now, here's an interesting thing, is this water kiosk here, all season long, I've been able to drive right up to it and not wait. And the last few times, I've had to wait for people in front of me, and I wonder if the word has gotten around that this is the one with the generous pour, meaning you pay for 5 gallons and you get more than 6. And if the word has gotten around, I wonder if I'm to blame for it. All right. I finished, got my 6 gallons for 4 quarters, and some left over for the guy behind me. That lady that was in front of me, God, she must have had 10 1 gallon little, or maybe half-gallon containers. She was there after I cut it off. She was there another 10, 15 minutes. But she's got every right to do that. So next stop is, for those putting down your bets, placing your bets, how many things other than deodorant am I gonna come out of the dollar store with it? And I swear, I have no knowledge of anything that I need. There's nothing on my list other than deodorant. And I have the sneaking suspicion there is a 2-pack of deodorant that I recently bought that I can't seem to put my hands on. I don't know where it is. But I'll probably discover it as soon as I buy this and put it away. I'll discover the other two. Better to have too much of something than too little of something, especially some things that don't expire. The other question is, will I have any kind of adventure meeting any new people in the Dollar General store? So I guess we can have more than one bet. How many things am I going to come out with, and will I meet anyone new inside? Let's see. I'll be right back. Okay, pretty strange. So if you bet that I'd get at least one more thing, you'd have been right. So why did I get Rice Krispie Treats birthday cake? And the reason is I had just the deodorant in one hand, and I'm up at the register, and there was a clearance rack there. It was marked down once to like $2.19, and then it was 50% off of that. This is like $1.20 for, I don't know how many are in here. Servings per container. 7 of these for like $1.20. So who doesn't like Rice Krispie Treats? So did I meet any new friends? Yes and no. It was the weirdest experience that I've had waiting in line at a store yet. So it was very crowded, and I had to squeeze between a lady's shopping cart and a guy in line to get to the end of the line, which is pretty typical. And I just barely bumped the guy as I went by, of course by accident. Here, let me make sure I back out of here safely and don't hit anybody. And I said, gee, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bump into you. And he gives me a very funny look, and as I'm turning around, he's saying, that was very weird, dude. And I got in line, I turned around, and I said, excuse me, what are you saying? He said, you are very weird. So just the way he glared at me, he acted like here's the vibe I got, that he thought I was sexually assaulting him, which just blows my mind. And that was just a very, very odd experience. So I can't say I made a new friend, but I certainly had a very strange encounter. So anyway, got my deodorant, some Rice Krispie Treats, and it is 12:50, so I'm going to run a minute or two late to get my wash out of there. Maybe a minute. I think I said 12:50, and I am a minute or two away from the laundromat. So not too bad. I like to get there just as it's stopping, because it's frustrating for people when they're trying to find a free washer and it's busy, and they're one sitting there done and people aren't around to empty them. I think it's a courtesy to make sure you're there right on time. So even a couple of minutes, when you're standing and waiting, 1 or 2 minutes can seem like a long time. So I will do my best to get there safely and quickly. Looks like we have a green light up here at Central and Main, so that's gonna help us get there. Good time. It's about 12:51. I'm lucky. I'll be 2 minutes late. Or right on time. Who knows? Because sometimes I haven't found the times that display on the machines to be all that accurate. And here we are. And I am going to say goodbye. We've been running these drive and talks a little on the long side, so I'm going to sign off on this one and make it a little bit shorter. And I will see you all next time.